So, today we're once again going to talk about emotional agility. Yeah, it's actually called emotional agility. I'm so fucking good. And yeah, it's, I think, actually a pretty cool book, a pretty good psychological book, or a book from the psychology sector, however you actually want to kind of introduce this book. And I actually would like to grab one of these things, please. Can I, please? Thank you. Well, anyway, I think it is a pretty cool book, and it is just talking and writing and or just whatever about some pretty cool ideas and some pretty interesting ideas as well, and therefore I appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead with, as they say, have full consciousness, whatever this means, but we're probably going to find out. Insensitivity is the act of living without any perception of awareness of the people or the space around us. Mindfulness or mindfulness or mindfulness. So one mindfulness is quotated and the other one is not, has become an expression of fashion, which means living in the present and having a connection with yourself and with the people around you. And yes, it is very trendy, and I just don't like things that are very trendy. Quite in general. I don't actually know why, it just doesn't make too much sense, but anyway. Many of us have spent the day being heedless. That doesn't mean we are bad people. We are just too busy and focused on some tasks or stuck in our thoughts, missing any connection with the present. Here are some tips for you to identify if you are listless. You run into things and let things fall often. You put objects in strange places like the can opener and the refrigerator. When you know someone, immediately forget the person's name. You do not notice when things are wrong. I mean, yeah, I think we all know when we just, indeed put certain objects into some really strange places. I know that, from myself and also from other people. If this sounds familiar, you need to spend some time reconnecting with the present. First, accept that it is okay to feel the way you feel and spend time with that emotion compassionately. These techniques can help you become more aware. And they point out a few things. Empty your mind and breath. Oh, and breathe, I see. Choose an object in your line of sight and focus on it for a moment. During your daily tasks, such as brushing your teeth, focus on each part in the smells, sensations and textures. Find a song you like and listen to it like it's the first time by really consciously, and I think this is this is the point of this whole chapter there. And really consciously doing things. I think in general, whether it is actually listening to the song, whether it's brushing your teeth, whether it is walking, whether it is just walking around your place. And I highly suggest actually being in nature and doing so, because you're gonna find really cool things and you're gonna see very cool things and you're gonna see different things and you're gonna notice different things. Maybe you actually read a book that you've already read before, but you're just reading it once again, which is probably going to show you new things, which is probably going to let you discover new things. It depends on the book though. It really depends on the book. That will help you gain more insight into events and how reactive you are to imaginary facts. When we are feeling strong emotions such as sadness or fear, it is hard to distance ourselves. In those hours, you feel that the world is ending, yeah? Only you can see how things are going wrong and can only believe your thoughts. Becoming more aware of your world and living the present in the best way to get away from your emotions and to see them with compassion and curiosity. Period, actually, but really does make sense, I would like to add. Because, and I do think that meditation can play a role there. It can help there. Period. Have attitudes that support your personal values. Do you usually follow the flow or follow the crowd? Many people do, because this causes instant gratification, helping us to belong to the group and allowing us to enjoy life with less personal responsibility. The problem is that such behavior is not compatible with any sense of purpose or long-term happiness. That will lead you to live a life based on the values of others you do not support and will put you on a path that does not help you reach your personal goals. One of the culprits for this type of behavior is social contagion, which is particularly common in the workplace. Let's say your coworker likes to talk about your boss over lunch, and you usually take part in the conversation, talking about all the difficulties you have at work. When you turn to the office, you do not feel any better because you're not respecting one of your core values, which is to appreciate your work and work to be promoted. Spend some time thinking about your core values and personal goals by answering these questions. What really matters in your life? Which situations make you feel good? What kind of relationship would you like to have? And if your life was a movie, what would it be? Maybe I'm actually gonna think through those things. First of all, as an example, and second of all, as a very selfish act of just seeing what I have to say. What really matters in your life? People absolutely fucking matter in my life. It is insane. It really is insane how much people matter in my life, moving my body matters a lot. What does also matter in my life? Well, I would actually kind of say structure and having a sense of purpose. Having a reason. There's actually something very funny that Tim Ferriss said in a podcast episode with Jocko Willink on his podcast, indeed. And he said that for him, happiness is not just the big North Star, actually, but for him, it is more or less like waking up excited and going to bed really, really tired. And, I thought through it and I thought about it, and I gotta have to say, yeah, I would say so. And I don't know, maybe happiness, and I've been talking about happiness for just months and maybe even years right now. Actually, I gotta have to say, in August, I'm gonna have my 2-year podcast anniversary. Quite. Very excited and very exciting. And anyway, Tim Ferriss said that, first of all, being, what did he say? I've lost the words. Just going to bed very tired, but waking up very just excited what the day is gonna just give to you. And I have to say, yes. And happiness might have been one of the words that I might have overused and might have just also used in maybe not the correct way, first of all, but second of all, also like I don't know, maybe it's just not the best words to use there. Maybe it's just not something that we should be going for. We should be going for feeling good and motivated and yeah, if this necessarily is happiness or not, this is something to just really debate about and to talk about. But really, indeed, what about waking up excited and going to bed very tired? And this is indeed something that I also have to say. And this is something that I've kind of seen in school, actually. I'm waking up, I'm going to see my dear buddies, and I'm going to go to bed knowing that I'm going to sleep good because I'm actually very tired, because these have always been quite long days of being very productive, which is, by the way, also something that's very important for me, because I don't want to feel like just wasting a lot of time during the day. This is really not something that I want to aim for and could aim for and just actually kind of want to have in my life, quite. But the thing is, let's actually move to the next question. Which situations make you feel good? School, being in nature and moving, whether it is alone. Most often I am alone. And seeing new things, experiencing new things. And this is also why I've kind of discovered hiking a little bit. Hiking to certain places that I haven't been, at least in quite some time. Maybe I've been there just as a child or something. But I really love that. I really feel good. I really feel just mindless, which is pretty good for me. Because, I don't know, just overthinking things might be something that I'm not necessarily prone to, but I don't know, it's pretty nice to just sometimes not think. What kind of relationship would you like to have? I mean, a good relationship and a love relationship. This is, I am a relationship guy. It is the case, I'm not like, okay, I'm gonna bang 50 bitches. No, it's not necessarily something that I want to go for. I haven't yet, so maybe I'm just a little bit too early to kind of neglect that or just not do that and say that I never am gonna do that. I maybe will, I don't know. But the thing is, I value relationships, and I also see myself that I just really kind of maybe easily get into relationships and yeah. I don't know if this is the answer to the question, but yeah. If your life was a movie, what would it be? What movie would it be? It would not be a drama, because I don't like drama. Of course, ups and downs are important, but small ones, not necessarily the very big ones. Even though, I mean, contrast in life is one of the most important things. So there has to be some wrong things and there have to be some things going wrong, stuff like that. Because if this is not the case, then it's probably boring and it's probably not good. And I just remembered that I've forgotten about something, which is not good. Anyway, now consider your daily attitudes at home or work and reflect on whether they support those values and help you achieve your goals. The idea is to be so connected to what you want and what you value that you will no longer feel the need to self-sabotage or behave destructively. Instead of following the steps and ideas of others' happiness, it's time to think about what you want and set your own version of happiness. When you discover and reconnect with the things that really matter to you, your daily decisions will be much easier. You will also be able to set your own version of success and leave social comparison. Yeah. Because social comparison is a fucking bitch. It really is. And I've forgotten to highlight things once again. I've, by the way, forgotten about rendering the video, which I should have done so that I'm able to upload it then. And I'm also going to highlight this because this is also very important. But let's move on to the next point, which is seek to make lasting changes. Does it make sense for me to go through that? Actually, not necessarily, but I would like to. Well, I'm just anyway gonna do that. Seek to make lasting changes. We often make dramatic decisions when we want to change things, job changes, careers, or city changes. In some cases, such attitudes may be necessary, but sometimes they lead to frustrations and fears. Instead, try to work with what you have and make small changes that will be useful now and in the future. There are 3 key areas that you can change to generate a positive and lasting attitude in your life: your mindset, your motivations, and also your habits. For example, if you make a small change in your mindset about your attitude to exercise, you may not feel guilty about not attending the gym. Think about all the activities you do during the day, such as cleaning the house, walking to work, walking your dog, running after your kids, shopping or walking around the city. Better yet, try downloading a step counter on your phone and see the results. Rethinking all these activities will reduce your stress levels, leading to a decrease in blood pressure and even weight loss, as you are less tempted to seek comfort in food to relieve your guilt for not attending to the gym or attending the gym. To adjust your motivations, the key is to stay connected to your personal values and not to focus on what you want now in search of instant happiness. Expanding your vision for long-term motivation will help you naturally adjust your bad habits. For example, if you're trying to have a child train a marathon or want to live longer, then smoking no longer makes sense to you. Instead of fighting a losing battle with your negative feelings of guilt or shame, seek to reach out to the things that are most important to you. Small changes may seem significant or insignificant in isolation, but they contribute to a larger and more inspiring story. Improving your beliefs, motivations, and habits in the present can have a lasting impact on your life and help you move forward, changing not only the now, but also the future, which is something that's incredible. Well, let's actually finish up with this one today. Find the balance between comfort and challenge. The easiest way to overcome the ups and downs of life is to have comfort in what is familiar. The hardest way is to challenge yourself and to do things that make you uncomfortable. The best way is to strike a balance between being very comfortable and being very challenged, and only you can figure out how to do this. We all like to be close to what is familiar. The problem is that we only do things that we have done before. We have not learned anything new. That can lead to boredom, self-doubt, and in some cases also depression. That does not mean that you should book now the next trip to Everest. You just have to find a healthy balance between comfort and challenge. A certain level of challenge and even anxiety is critical to help us progress. Some refer to the balance between comfort and challenge as a state of creative tension. There are 2 ways to find this balance and promote your self-development: by expanding your breathing, what you do, and your depth, how well you do. If you get bored with the monotony of your life or are exhausted by hyperactivity, review what you're doing and ask yourself these questions. Will this help me be the person I want to be? Do I like what I'm doing, or I like what I'm doing? And the last one is, can this quest really be success? 3 questions. If you answered no to any of these questions, then it may be time to rethink what you're doing. So the next step is to accept that there is a difference between persistence or passion and blind determination. The key is to pursue the challenges that you help that help you now and in the future, and also have the courage to give up those who have no relation to your purpose. When you can do this and find a balance between comfort and challenge, you will have a renewed sense of purpose, energy, and enthusiasm for life. Shout out to getnugget.co for doing this writing summary. So are they actually only collecting these? Could be. To buy the book, click the link in the image below to purchase from the link in the image below from book depository. I see. So I do actually very quickly want to check out what they are doing. Book Nuggets. Book or getnugget.co. The 12-minute blog. Oh, I think the funny thing though is aren't they like just just you have to buy for them? Or, well, okay, you'd have to have an account apparently. But what I want to just see very quickly, because maybe, just maybe, I know there's an app maybe, but I might be wrong there as well. No, there is an app indeed. Surrounded by idiots. Everything is figure outable Marie-folio. Where you go is not who you'll be. Work party, leadership, biased, debug Cobra, the healing self. And endurance, which is actually a pretty cool one. The power of moments. Leadership. Well, something that I would like to have is some sort of finance, money, leadership, business, career, business. What about finance and money? Well, there is actually archives. Pretty cool. So maybe you're gonna find more of these summaries, because the other one was actually very well done. Robert T. Kiyosaki, second change for your money and your life. Well, anyway, I wish you best health, of happiness, and also success, and also hope that you're gonna remind yourself and who you're gonna be remembered. So basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person and then being remembered as a nice person. And yeah, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. I'm now gonna eat something. I'm pretty hungry, and I've only been eating like 1,000 calories today, so nothing quite. And I actually need 2.3. So I don't know. We are gonna see. I wish you the best health, wealth, happiness, and also success, and also hope that you're gonna remind yourself. 3 other questions that I have for you is why? What would you change? What would you like to change? What is bothering you the most? And I've actually forgotten about those questions. What do you like to change? What is bothering you the most? And what is bothering you the most is a pretty good question. What would you like to change is also, or what are you willing to change is also a good one. But I don't know the last one. I'm very sorry. I anyway wish you the best. From the bottom of my heart, I just truly hope that everyone that is seeing this, and actually quite everyone, is feeling good. Maybe there's some exceptions, of course, which just is not people that I actually personally know. I wish you the best. Please stay safe. Please stay good. Please stay in good mood. Please also just let your family be fine and healthy and long-term healthy and stuff. You know what I mean? From the bottom of my heart. Gonna see you next time. Bye bye.